Lit for Littles and ABCs. I am so happy to be here with you, even if I'm just on video. So I want to start our day like we always do. And I want to say, good morning, class. And you say? I hope you said good morning, Mrs. Bishop. Let's start with the days of the week. Obviously, you see that I'm in my house. I'm actually in my library. So you see my books behind me. Mrs. Bishop loves books. I have so many books in my house. But I want to start with our days of the week and months of the year songs. So I hope you'll sing along with me. And let's start with the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we start again. Today, when you're watching this video, it should be Wednesday. Just like we would normally meet on Wednesday, I get to see you on this video. So hi. Let's do the months of the year. And we'll start with January. January, February, March and April, May, June and July, August and September, October and November, and then there's Christmas in December. Okay, so it is March, and it is March 18th. And guess what's going to happen in 2 days? It's going to change to springtime. I love springtime. It's my favorite season because I love to garden and be outside and go collect wildflowers on nature hikes. It's like my favorite thing to do. Well, today I have some activities that I want to show you, some poetry. I want to do a reminder of couplet poetry, and then I want to show you the craft that you can do at home with your family to celebrate springtime and to practice acrostic poetry. So I'm going to move my video camera now so you can see what I'm doing, and we're going to do review of couplet poetry. Okay, we're going to practice some word families so that it is easy for us to build some couplet poetry. This is a reminder of what we did last week in class. So today we're going to do the UG word family. UG. And what we're going to do is, remember, we write UG, 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 and UG right there. And then in this box, do you remember what goes here? There's a letter that goes there because we're going to put different letters in front of UG, 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 UG and make 4 different words. So let's try the letter B. B, UG, makes bug. Let's try the letter H. UG, hug. That's a great word. What about 2 letters? Let's be a little bit more challenging. Ch, ug, ch, ug, chug. And what about the J? And we put j, ug, jug. So now we have 4 words that we created using the UG word family. And if we wanted to create a couplet poem using these 4 words, it would be really easy because in a couplet poem, the last word of every sentence is going to end in a word that rhymes. Well, we just created 4 words. So let's try to make a poem together using bug, hug, chug, and jug. I'm thinking the shiny green bug, and I want to circle bug because that's the word we're going to rhyme on our next line. The shiny green bug gave the worm a hug. And then we would circle hug. Sorry, I made my circles really big, kind of overlapped, but you understand. The shiny green bug gave the worm a hug, and we can even keep going because couplet is just about 2 lines rhyming, but we can make a whole poem using couplet. And a nice big chug from her milk jug. So let me read it now. The shiny green bug gave the worm a hug and a nice big chug from her milk jug. So in couplet poetry, we want the last word to rhyme with that sentence, and you do it in sentences of two. Two sentences that rhyme. But you could just keep going and make 20 sentences, and they can all come from the same word family. That's why we practiced word family, so that in couplet poetry, it is so easy to create poems that end in the same word family because they're all going to rhyme. Well, today we're going to talk about a different type of poetry, and it's called acrostic poetry. Acrostic poetry is really fun, and it's super simple, and it doesn't need any rhyming. However, the trick is you will have a word that goes down here, and you actually spell the word out. And then every word that goes off of that word talks about that vertical word. I know that sounds so confusing, but let's start small. Let's think of an animal that would be simple and fun to make an acrostic poem out of. Let's do fish. And we will write fish going down on these boxes. These papers are in your poetry packet that I attached to Google Classroom. This page has 5 different boxes. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So depending on how long your word is, you can choose the smaller page or the larger page. Let's say you have a name like Zachary. I have a Zachary in my class. Well, then you would want this longer page. And if you have a name like Ava or Grady, then you would need this page. It only has 5 letters on it. But we're going to start with the word fish. Now, can we think of a letter that starts with F that describes fish? And yours might be different than mine, but I'm going to say fish have fins. And I would write fins. What about I? Fish has an I in it. Well, can I think of a word that describes a fish that starts with I? Iridescent. Iridescent. That's a fun word. That means it's shiny and sparkly and pretty and, oh, shimmery. Iridescent is a cool word. What about the S word? What do fishes do in the water? What's my hand doing? They go through water, they swim. So fishes swim. So S for swim. Now what about H? You can come up with so many words for fish that start with H, but I really love to eat halibut. It is my favorite fish to eat. It's delicious and flaky and delicious. So, fish. Fish have fins, they're iridescent, they swim, and how about a halibut? And then I would end with my name up on top. Always write your name on your paper. So this is a really simple acrostic poem about a fish. Every letter will talk about the fish, and every sentence starts with a different letter from the word fish. Isn't that cool? We just wrote an acrostic poem about a fish. Now what about, how about we do Mrs. Bishop's name? Because one of your assignments is to do an acrostic poem with your name. So I will write my name, Bishop. Now your name is not Bishop, so don't write Bishop. You write your own name. But let's say the B has to describe me, so I am brave. The I has to describe Mrs. Bishop. I am irresistible. Once you are my friend, you can't resist me. I'm irresistible. I am sociable. That means I like to talk to people. I'm not nervous to go up and introduce myself and to make new friends. I'm sociable. I'm happy. My name has a B-I-S-H. I am happy. H. I'm optimistic. I don't let too many things make me afraid or scared or nervous or mad or sad. I try to stay very optimistic. And the last thing is I am persistent. I do not give up. I keep trying. Practice makes progress. And I hope you yelled the word progress. So everyone, practice makes progress. I am persistent. I have learned to keep trying, to keep going, and to never give up. Well, we can also be very silly with our acrostic poems. And what is Mrs. Bishop's favorite thing in the whole world? I hope that you yelled coffee, because coffee is delicious. And I am going to write an acrostic poem about coffee. Now, what's your favorite thing in the whole world? Because acrostic poem, you can write it. What if your favorite thing in the whole world is glitter, or skateboards, or surfboards, or rainbows, or kittens, or unicorns, or dragons, or Ninjago? You can write an acrostic poem about anything. Your mom, your dad, your baby sister, your baby brother, chocolate, ice cream, whatever you want. So I'm going to do one about coffee. Coffee is creamy. Coffee is outstanding. Coffee is fantastic. Oh yeah. Coffee is frothy. When you add milk to warm coffee, it gets frothy. I love espresso. It's a type of coffee and it's really strong and delicious. And coffee is exciting. It makes me happy. It gets people together to talk and have friendship and relationship. Coffee is exciting. And I want to write my name on top. So what I want you to do is practice some acrostic poetry this week. And you can do it about your favorite animal. You can do it about your favorite animal. You can do it about Mrs. Bishop. What would I have in my hand? A coffee, right? You can do it about Mrs. Bishop. You could do it about yourself. Put your own name in there. You can do it about creamy, delicious, yummy coffee. That is a straw. And those are ice cubes. Okay, so an acrostic poem can be done about anything, but how they work is you write the word going down this column, and then you write a word describing what this is on each line, and it has to start with this letter. Moms and dads and big brothers and big sisters who are helping, you can absolutely write for them. A great tool to introduce to your kids that are a little bit older for second grade, third grade, is to introduce them to a thesaurus. So if they have a word in their head like happy, but that's not the letter and then you can type in happy into your thesaurus and it'll give you a list of words that mean the same thing as happy, but might be spelled with the letter they're looking for. This is a fantastic opportunity to introduce your children to dictionaries and thesauruses to help them to get out of their mind what they're trying to say, maybe just in a different way. I'm gonna transition my video, so give me a moment.